While watching the videos supplied in supplement to our readings, I noticed that the efforts of the counselor in the first video were relatively mundane. We learned that it is important to show empathy as it is the main fundamental principle for which all other principles are founded. As Simmons et al. 2020 states, empathy is the foundational skill needed for all other skills to operate successfully. This can be found on page 368 to 369. However, the main problem associated with the therapeutic approach of the counselor in the first video specifically is the fact that the counselor only extends the offer to elaborate on the client's previous explanation. This is an issue in the fact that it is important to show that you are engaged and actively listening to your client. This is seen through following up with a reflection of feeling or reiterating the client's words through understanding and conveying empathy. There are many other skills that can be incorporated into the conversation to make the client feel heard and accepted while also offering solutions to her problems. These include summarization of her explanation, asking open questions to understand better, or giving key encouragers to make her feel as though you are bringing something to the conversation. With these helpful skills, those within the psychology realm tend to offer a more substantial session due to their efforts of establishing a central problem and aiding in solving it. As stated by Meyer and Davis in 2019, practice in role plays, professional supervision, development of a theory of counseling, and critical feedback from the actual experience of working with clients, particularly those who fail to make progress, are the requisites for competent counselors. This was stated by Barney and Shea in 2007 and can be found on page 4. I personally anticipated sessions of therapy to be more helpful and supply the client with more tools to utilize during times of hardship. This example of a session is not what I thought it would be. This is due to the fact that the constant use of the phrase, "tell me about that," is unhelpful and avoids the responsibility of engaging in the uncomfortable problem that the client is facing. However, within the second video supplied, the counselor tends to offer a more professional approach. This is how I would assume most therapeutic sessions take place. This counselor implements various counseling skills throughout his time with the client. These can be noticed as summarization, reflection of feeling, and paraphrasing. He also is seen to bring up previously mentioned details of past sessions with his client. This shows the client that he is listening intently and actively working to ensure that the client feels seen and that her obstacles matter. The counselor that I would see myself going to is the second counselor. This is the counselor that notices the importance of your problem and aids in finding a solution that works for you. This is the constant exchange of thoughts that allows the client to facilitate a solution with the guidance of the counselor. This in turn begs the question that if both counselors have a license and have undergone the same amount of schooling to acquire the knowledge of skills associated with this profession, why do they both not implement the necessary skills to better the session and the relationship? It appears as though the counselor in the first video does not feel the need to develop his personal skills for betterment of his client and their relationship, while the second therapist actively works to stay up to date on the tools needed to help others to the fullest degree possible. Thank you so much.